Hey y'all, this is Sergeant Dan with Palmetto Edge. I got one here for you today that a friend has let me borrow to carry around for a few days. I didn't get but just a few days with it because he lives up in Kentucky and he's got to get back up there. But you know, I can give you a review on this on what I've experienced over my few days carrying it. So yeah, let's start out like I usually do with, oh, I didn't tell you what it is first. This is the Spyderco Karahawk. Alright, so let's start out with some size comparisons on it here. Let's get it up against another Spyderco. Here's my Dirty Delica here to compare it to. Here's a Benchmade 940 Osborne. So as you can see, the blade's fairly short, but it overall is a, you know, I wouldn't call it long. It's not exactly long, but it's, you know, longer than, you know. See, let's see here. See, here's a Kershaw Shuffle. Got about the same blade length, but then look at that handle, okay? And that's because this is designed to be a combat knife, okay? Not some kind of a little EDC with a bottle opener and a pry bar on it, okay? And if you haven't seen my video yet discussing the different roles of knives in our daily lives, go check that out. I kind of ramble a little bit, but that's because I was trying to do it all off the top of my head, just trying to get my opinion out there, things like that. So, you know, go check it out. Let's see, let's replace this one. One more in there. Let's get a Kershaw Natrix, okay? And this is just the standard Natrix. This isn't the Mini or the XL. Alright, so there's your size comparisons. Let's get the specs out of the way so I can get to the review. This is a 2-inch cutting edge on this. It's VG10 steel, which is something I'll address here in just a little while. Stainless steel liners, black G10 handles. It is a lockback design. Has the Emerson wave, and this is a true Emerson wave. You got your Emerson patent number right there. So it is a true Emerson wave. Let's see, stainless steel liners, G10 handles. This little back spacer in it here is just plastic. Let's see, I said it was VG10 steel. Oh, the pocket clip. This is a tip-up only, for understandable reasons, okay? But it is right or left-hand carry, okay? Or right or left pocket carry, so righties or lefties can make equal use of this blade. Let's see. It is made in... See if you can see that. Made in Seki City, Japan. And that's another point that I'll be making about it here very shortly. I think that's about it for specifications, so let's get into the review. So, I've been carrying this for the past couple of days, and I like it. I kind of liked it beforehand, before I actually carried one, or at least I thought I would. As a matter of fact, the friend that I borrowed this from, I'm the one that recommended him getting one of these. He was wanting some kind of self-defense Karambit style blade, and I told him, oh, hey dude, you gotta check out the Spyderco Karahawk. And he did, and I wound up getting him one. I still don't have one myself, but I certainly have plans on getting one. So I mean, what do I like about it? It's thin. Look at how thin this thing is. So, although you got this big old ring sticking out of your pocket, man, as far as width goes, this thing's thinner than a Delica. It's thinner than a Osborne. Heck, this is about the thinnest thing I've got. It's a Benchmade proper. Man, if it ain't much thicker than that, I don't know. Let's see. Let me point out one thing. I keep calling this a, Karambit combat self-defense knife. My friend that I borrowed this from, he uses this as his EDC. Okay, so I mean, it's not a totally unacceptable idea to do that. Would I do it? No. Okay, but that's because I've got plenty of other options. Okay, for EDC. He's not quite as big of a knife nut as I am yet. I'm still working on him. So yeah, I mean, for someone like that, I totally get carrying this one for a dual purpose. Let's see. I said I like the thinness. I like the lock back. I think if you're going to have some kind of a knife like this for that could potentially be used in a combative situation, you need a good, strong locking mechanism, and boy, a lock back sure is one. It's still got your Spidey hole in it there, so you can still, draw it gently and normally, open it normally. But if you need to, it's got this Emerson wave here. So the idea is you stick your finger through the hole while this is in your pocket, and as you draw it out, this wave snags your pocket and deploys it. And now you're ready to go for whatever you needed to draw it out so fast for, okay? This is a... let's see. Let me get to the kind of stuff I'm kind of a little bit neutral about. Yeah, I guess I could say kind of neutral about. One thing is the steel. Okay, maybe I'm not so neutral about this. Maybe I'm a little. When you look at the steel in comparison to the price you pay, I kind of go, why? So the steel on this is VG10. That is the same steel that's on your 60, 70, 75. I'm not quite sure what Delicas go for now. We'll even go on the high end, okay? We'll say 75. So that's the same steel that's on your basic model Spyderco Delica for $75, which also, by the way, is made in Seki City, Japan. So it's made in the same factory as this knife, which is, again, something that I'll get to here shortly. $75, $205. Wow. Yeah, I understand that there's some other components to this that would increase the price, okay? You got your full steel liners, you got your G10, okay? This is just FRN, okay? I get that there's things that would make the price go up a little bit, but from $75 to $205 when it's the same steel, I mean, close, fairly close to even the same amount of the same steel, okay? That's one thing that kind of bothers me about it. Either keep it the VG10, and why the heck does it cost so much for that? Or bump it up, bump your steel up. Bump it up to for $205. This ought to be like S30V or something like that. Okay, but then on the other hand, I come to the thought that, well, this isn't really designed to be an EDC knife. So, why would you... This knife is designed for the main purpose of being a self-defense knife. So this is a knife that's designed to be carried every single day of the week without being used, hopefully ever, for that purpose, for the purpose of self-defense or combat or something like that, okay? So then I kind of go, okay, well, it kind of makes sense that they'd use a cheaper steel, with the thought of, it would probably, or hopefully, never truly be used, and therefore never need sharpening, never need, So, I'm kind of on the fence about that one. Another thing I have is, it's made in Seki City, Japan. That comes back to the whole it's $205. You pay that much for American-made blades, so why could this not be one that they do in America for that same price? One complaint that I just generally have about all Spydercos, okay, so this is nothing in particular with this blade, is that Spyderco just refuses to put a sharpening choil on their knives, and I don't know why. I wish they would. It'd make life a lot easier. But again, like I said, that's a general complaint I have about all Spydercos. Let's see. What else? I guess that's about it as far as my review. It's a great knife. I like it. I still want one, okay? I'm the one that talked my friend into getting one. Are there other options out there for Karambits? If that's what you're interested in, is a Karambit? Yeah, sure there is. There's Fox Knives. They've got Karambits. Oh, one thing I didn't address. This fits really good in my hand. Both in this carry and in this carry, okay? It's the right length. It's got the grooves in the right places, okay? And I've got kind of, I guess I could say medium-sized hands. I wear, in mechanics gloves, I wear a large, okay? So take that for what it's worth. It fits really good in my hand. It feels good. It's thin. All the edges are rounded off, so you don't have any sharp edges on this thing anywhere really. So yeah, that's one thing I forgot. It does fit good in the hand. Now, one thing I do want to point out is you have to have a finger through this ring, okay, in order to hold this properly. If you don't, you try and hold it just on the grip, you're gonna get too high up on that, and you're gonna wind up slipping off, cutting yourself, okay? And that goes in grip in both directions, okay? It's a handle just big enough to be able to hold it this way properly, but when you get that finger out of that ring, it gets tight and scary, okay? Yeah, like I was saying, are there other options for Karambits? Yeah, sure there are. There's the Fox Knives Karambit. Here, got it pulled up on my phone here. Okay, there's those. They're $120 on Blade HQ. Okay, so 120 versus 205. Yeah, you got some cheaper options out there. Let's see. These use Bowler N690 steel. But then again, you get your quality with Spyderco. I can say that for sure. You get not only quality, but you get good warranty. So, it comes down to what you're willing to pay. If you want to get you a Karambit that's cheap, you don't really care, and I'm not saying Fox Knives are a poor quality, but you don't really care so much about quality, so much about warranty and service, customer service, things like that. Yes, you can find you cheaper options out there. But man, when it comes to quality of the product, a company standing behind their product, willing to help the customer if they have an issue with the product, the durability of the product, Spyderco is one of the best, okay? Spyderco is one of the best companies when it comes to that. And so, I don't have an issue paying a little extra for something like that. All right, so at $205, would I buy this? Yes, I would. As a matter of fact, like I've already said, I still want one. I still haven't got one. I still want one, and I'm the one that even talked my friend into getting this one, okay? So, yeah, how mean would that be to tell my friend to get one that I wouldn't? That wouldn't be cool. So, yeah, I would get one. And then at $205, if something happened to it where Spyderco wouldn't take care of me, if I lost it or something like that, would I replace it if I had one? I can't answer that right now. I've only had a few days with it, so I would actually have to have more time with it to be able to answer that question. Sorry, that's one of the questions I usually like to try and answer at the end of my videos, but that's just one I can't answer right now. It would depend on how much pocket time I give it. I can't say I love it. I love just standing there with it in my pocket and drawing it out and making it, it definitely has its kind of fidget factor, okay? So it would probably definitely get a lot of pocket time for that. I can't say 100% if I would replace it if something were to happen to it. I can say I probably would, okay? But again, I can't say that 100%. So if you're looking for a Karambit style knife and you have a little over $200 to drop on one, Spyderco Karahawk. You get the quality, you get the durability of a Spyderco, you get a company that'll stand behind their product with the Spyderco. It's thin. Look at that. I mean, this thing disappears in your pocket, okay? You get one you'll put in your pocket that'll disappear. You get the true Emerson wave on it, okay? So you get that deployment option. You get a good solid lockup. You get an okay steel. I know I was kind of about the steel earlier, but VG10's an okay steel, okay? So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a Karambit, if you got $205 to drop on one, sure, why not? Why not? I can't, there's not enough wrong with it for me to tell you no, especially since I've already told you, yes, I still want one. Yes, I still want to get one, okay? So, yeah. Y'all, thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that great stuff. I've got plenty of more knives coming. I've got plenty of more in my collection that I'll be reviewing. I've got more on the way. Okay, the collection's constantly growing, y'all. So, if you haven't seen my other videos, make sure you check those out. Thank y'all for watching, guys. Y'all have a good one.